something? Wait, yes it is.
Alan Cox.
On one...
boy, I guess they did what they were supposed to do. Brock Purdy is, of course, the quarterback there for the San Francisco 49ers. His first loss as an NFL starter. He was on a really good run. And then the Browns come in. The Cleveland Browns. Can you believe it? How did your Chargers do?
They play tonight.
Monday Night Football, Chargers
the Cowboys.
and Cowboys, America's team. Well, I've certainly got nothing to crow about for my home team. My hapless Bears are last in the division at 1-5. But the Bears, or the Browns rather, beat the 49ers. A 41-yard field goal with 6 seconds left.
Just missed.
He whiffs it. He got memed. People were showing like screen grabs of video game kicks where it goes like way off to the left. I don't even know what they're referring to, but it made me laugh. Because Deshaun Watson was not playing quarterback, correct?
Correct. It was PJ
Bickerstaff,
no,
the
not
coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers?
No, and not PJ Harvey either. It was PJ Walker, I believe.
Oh, all right. PJ Walker?
Yeah.
Who the hell is that?
He
No, I was doing my impression of Cleveland.
No,
Who the hell is that?
Everybody in Cleveland knows who he is after yesterday.
Oh, after yesterday, they didn't know before.
Not really, but
Well,
that's
how
what
you,
goes on.
Yeah, I know. That's how you make yourself known.
Mm-hmm. He played fine. He played well enough that that defense, though, the Browns defense is the best defense. They're incredible.
The 49ers were also out a couple of key guys, but a win is a win.
Yep.
They destroyed the Cowboys last week.
Yeah.
They're saying, Browns over the 49ers, and then the Eagles were undefeated as well until the Jets took down the Eagles. 20-14, the previously undefeated Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I have to imagine, if you know anything about Philadelphia Eagles fans, you know that they probably handled that loss with grace and aplomb, and they probably the game was in Philadelphia, or it was in Jersey. Was it a Jets home game, or was it a Philly home game?
I think it was a Jets home
game. Because all I saw, I'll tell you what, was how many 49ers fans were in downtown Cleveland.
Dude, it was so many. I was here
There were
Saturday night.
Waves of 49ers jerseys.
It's funny because they dress in those jerseys all weekend, it seems like. Walking around on Saturday night, I went to the show with Ryan Hamilton, and then after that I went over to the 9, and there's just Niners jerseys everywhere. Everywhere I went, there was just 49ers jerseys, and it's like, guys, the game's tomorrow.
Or even Browns fans who come from out of town, it doesn't seem like they bring a change of clothes. It seems like they just bring their jersey.
They're wearing their flag, man.
That's all they've got on.
You got to have your colors.
Because Monday morning, I'll sit in here and watch people check out of the Holiday Inn across the street. And it's all football fans, right? So it's a bunch of 49ers jerseys and then other people in Browns jerseys. So it's either local Browns fans who decided they were going to come downtown and make a weekend out of it, or they've come from out of town.
I was chatting with Ryan Hamilton. And he's like, I couldn't get a hotel downtown because there were so many 49ers fans. He was trying to figure out why it was so expensive. He's like, hotels were over $1,000.
It's crazy.
I was like,
That's insane.
Well, that's what happens
But
when
the market will bear.
A popular team like that comes to town. It's a lot cheaper for them. Well, not a lot, but sometimes it's cheaper to just fly to Cleveland and get a hotel than try and go see a game in San Francisco.
See a home game, yeah. Yep. Well, because the Cox Outs now, we do them for away games. So I'm not downtown for the home games when this happens. But on Monday mornings, I will sit in here and watch all of the people checking out in the morning. I would assume headed to the airport. And a lot of 49ers jerseys downtown, which, again, it's Monday morning. That leads me to believe that they didn't really bring a lot of they might have just thrown their jersey on, whipped on some jeans or cargo shorts, and got on the plane. because why would you be wearing your jersey on Monday morning when you lost? I don't know. So, a big weekend for Cleveland football. Stansbury talks a lot about it. He's much more knowledgeable about it than I am. But a lot of Victory Monday comments, and of course, I'm just trying to see my own home team do something, and they just haven't been able to. So they're terrible right now. Now Thursday night football is going to be the Panthers in New Orleans, and the Panthers have yet to win a game. I think they're the only team right now that has not won at all.
I think you're
they're
right.
0-6, and they're going to be playing. They're going to be playing the Saints. They're in New Orleans, who are an okay team, but whatever.
Is that this Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday night football is Jacksonville, New Orleans.
Oh, Jacksonville. Okay.
Yep. What did I say?
I thought it was Saints.
Yeah, in New Orleans.
Wait, Jacksonville, New Orleans. I thought it was the Panthers. Sorry, I mixed that up. All right.
I don't think I said. I'm sorry.
You got it right.
I said Panthers are
said,
the only team with no wins, but Jacksonville is playing Thursday night.
Yeah, on Thursday. Yes,
that's right. Jaguars Saints Thursday night football. So the city of Atlanta is a beautiful city. It is it's world-class restaurants and bars and a vibrant nightlife. And it's home to it headquarters half a dozen multinational conglomerates. You've got the North American headquarters for Porsche and Mercedes-Benz, and you've got Coca-Cola. You've got half a dozen amazing universities there. It's truly, Atlanta is an amazing city in modern-day America. There's also a lot of murder there.
Just throw that in there.
Well, including a woman who has gone viral on TikTok for murdering 4 dozen oysters on a first date at a restaurant, and she's pissed because the guy got the bill and left her there to pay for it.
Oh,
how much would that be?
A lot of money.
Oysters?
That was the appetizer. That wasn't even the entree. She sucked down 48 oysters before the drinks came, homie.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say.
No, I know what you're thinking.
I was saying, dude knew he was not about to get laid after that, or he probably didn't even want to.
No, oysters are supposed to be an aphrodisiac. But 48 of them.
Her pH would be all off.
Her pH would be all off. That's one way to put it. That is the most diplomatic way you could possibly put it.
Trying to be diplomatic here.
Yeah, her pH.
Making pearls.
It's going to be way off. This woman on TikTok said that she and a date went to Fontaine's Oyster House in Atlanta, which a lot of people say serves the best effing oysters in Atlanta. And she was meeting a guy who had been really trying to take her out for a while. So this is their first date. She finally acquiesced. So this does sound like a little bit of passive aggression on her part.
For sure.
Like a dude she didn't really want to go out with, but she's like, fine.
Well,
and
stick it to him, yeah.
That's right. So the Tuesday special is a dozen oysters for $15. And so she gets a round of those. And then she gets another. And then she gets So, listen, all told, it could be worse. $60 just in oysters. But at any restaurant you go to now, even if you're just having a normal dinner, it's going to be like $1.50, right? After entrees and drinks and everything else. It ain't cheap. I mean, we went to a burger joint.
So many oysters, too.
That's a lot of oysters.
Oysters aren't something that you binge. I feel like oysters, you have like 2 or 3 and you're good.
Now, I've never had oysters, but I'm assuming they're slimy, right?
They are, but there's a whole thing to them. Like you put a little bit of. They're not my favorite thing either, but
that can't
every
be
so
ladylike
often
to eat. You crawl.
Well, no, because you let them slide down your throat. So I think there's some subliminal advertising. If she was trying to put that vibe out there,
I think she's just trying to get free oysters.
Probably,
in my opinion.
You get your oysters right. You got a little bit of lemon juice. There's Tabasco you put in the middle. A lot of people like to chase them with a beer. Some people opt for the Coke. It is Atlanta. But she's mad because the guy split after all this.
I love that he did that. That's my
and left
favorite
her with
thing.
the bill. And the story has the internet divided. I guess he had just invited her out for drinks. And so she ordered the oysters and then ordered an entree. And I guess he was pissed. But still, man, you got to be a cool guy. Just don't go out again. Like, why would you? I don't know.
No, he just left. He's like, no. He's like, I invited her out for drinks. She wanted all this stuff. It seems like she was just trying to run up the bill on him.
Yeah.
I have no problem with him walking away if that was the situation. If she was just there to try and scam drinks and or food and like entrees off him, then yeah, that's not what they were agreed on.
On dates,
Walk on out.
I'm overly accommodating when someone else initiates the date. Like, I feel like in gay law, there's no written rule, but I feel like in gay law.
Gay law.
I feel like in gay law, whoever initiates the date should pay for it. And that is what, we've never said it, but that's what we've done. And if I initiate the date, I expect to pay. There has been a couple occasions where we have, split the bill. I'm just like, oh, this guy does not want a second date. And then he'll be like, oh, so you want to go out on a date again? I say, we didn't go on a date the first time. I don't consider that a date. A date you pay.
Wow. All right.
Like, if we're splitting the
bill. That was the meal, Banya.
I'm saying, if we're splitting the bill.
I didn't tell you to have a hot dog. I didn't tell you to have a hot dog. Well, here's a lady talking about it.
Today I was bored and I had time, so he texted me like, can we meet for drinks? And I'm like, yeah, meet me here. They got the best oysters in Atlanta. Y'all, when the fourth one came out, he was looking at me crazy. I'm like, baby, you invited me out. I'm going to eat these potatoes and the crab cakes.
Yeah, she got potatoes and crab cakes and the whole thing.
No.
No, this girl is exactly, she's trying to scam him. She probably wasn't even into dude.
Why I say he going to the bathroom and never come back? It's been like 10, 20, 30 minutes. He ended up grabbing a tab. That was crazy to me.
I started to think something was wrong when he was in the bathroom for 30 minutes. So, yeah, she's mad. The whole the source video, if you've seen it on TikTok, is expletive-laden, of course. I've given you the PG version there. But, yeah.
Now, good for him.
Have you ever been walked out on a date? Or like walked out on a date?
I've been stood up. I've never had somebody walk. I've walked out on a date.
Why?
It's very, very clear that this is not what we're looking for. But
did you say it, or did you say like I'm going to the bathroom and then never come back?
No, I said this is clearly not what's up, and let me take care of my half, and you have a good night.
Yeah, I've definitely had that moment in a date where you go, yeah, this isn't going to be, let's wrap it up. We're good.
Let's both enjoy the rest of our nights elsewhere.
Yeah. I've never been walked out on a date, but there have been times like I thought the date was going well. We talk, we enjoy each other's company, and then afterwards I get ghosted. I'm like, wow. Like, I probably opened my mouth too soon. I'm like, oh, I'll send you a text or whatever. Like, hey, I had a really nice night. Nothing.
Yeah, but I feel like that's standard issue too. Yeah. I mean, they're not all going to be home runs, and you don't know, but they didn't do anything wrong in that situation.
No, you didn't do anything wrong.
A lot of people get mad about being ghosted. I love getting, like, if someone just, then I have my answer. I'm never going to hit someone up again if I send a text and they don't reply. That's okay. I got it. It's done.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Some people have a tough time with rejection.
Well, I ghost people all the time, but I don't even. Of
course you do.
Well, then what are you complaining about?
No, I don't give them a date. Like, people that I talk to, and they're like, oh, we should hit up. I'm like, and then I just don't reply. Like, and then if they don't get the message, that's on them. But I'm saying we go on a date.
Why don't you tell them no thank you? What's all this cloak and dagger? What's all this
I'm a bit of a coward. I don't like hurting people's feelings.
What? Well, then don't date.
But you're still going to hurt their feelings.
I don't get it.
No, because
or not even hurt their feelings, but just be honest. Like, step up and be.
What are you afraid
truthful
of
about it? Like, hey, this isn't it.
I don't know. The gay circle is really small, and I don't want people to like.
But word's going to get around. Word's going to get around that you're a ghoster. Then I mean, if it's.
But I don't do it to everybody. I just do it to like.
But if it's as small as you say it is, it would be better if you had a rep for being candid rather than just ignoring people. Because somebody else is going to go, well, don't mess with that guy. He just gives people radio silence. No pun intended. But a lot of people were kind of on this girl's side. They were like, Girl can't have 4 drinks and 48 oysters. What the hell can? What can she have around here?
You invited me out.
48 oysters.
This poor lady.
That's not a green light to just order whatever you want. I'll get the lobster, please.
And
then
you know she's going to have a terrible time on the toilet later.
Oh, God. And you know she's already a mess, too.
Yeah.
If you're easily on a Tuesday night sucking down 4 dozen oysters, holy
she probably
Christ.
had kids at home and didn't, like, she just wanted to get away.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, still, like, if you're, I don't know. But the general manager of the restaurant said this is nothing new for us. This was a funny situation, but a lot of people put away a lot of oysters here.
I think if you go in there with, like, a partner in crime, and you're like, we are here for the oyster special. We're going to eat a lot of oysters. That's one thing. But showing up for drinks and then getting 48 oysters is a whole other ballgame.
The general manager said, I had 2 ladies come in and order 6 dozen oysters each while they were drinking White Russians.
Disgusting, dude. Like, I don't understand how they keep that down. What is their, like, palates like?
I don't know.
Oysters, I mean,
I don't know.
They're not filling, obviously, because it's just sliding down. But
4 dozen of anything is a lot.
But not rice. But like the flavor, I don't know. I'm not like, if it was wings, yeah, let's do a bunch of wings.
Listen, I had 4 dozen grains. I had 4 dozen grains of rice last week, and I was like, oh,
of course you did. Yeah,
you're
like,
doing it again.
"Whoa,
They expand, Bill.
Yeah.
They expand. I go, oh my God.
4 dozen fruit flies in this goddamn studio. I killed one already.
Yeah. Well, that's because they're so cheap. They're a dozen for $15 here at iHeart Cleveland. I got to take a break here. If you like comedian Nate Bargatze, he is coming back to do Playhouse Square. And so I'll have a couple of tickets for you. The Be Funny Tour is going to do the State Theater on November the 18th. So it's about a month away. But I'll hand those off for you. And then another $1,000. Listen for that next keyword at 3:30 to grab $1,000 from the Buzzard Bookie.
It's the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have.
Just tell me to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
Now you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny